Ahoy there, crew! This is your captain speaking, and today I'm turning Sanrio characters into humans. I've never been a super fan of any Sanrio characters, but I will admit they're pretty cute. I was going to draw my favorite ones in this video, but none of the ones I looked at really resonated with me too strongly. I did some light research on the characters I did draw though, to help me with their designs of course. It's also not that I dislike any of the designs, I do like them, but none of them really stand out to me as my favorite or few favorite right now. But enough of that, let's actually get into the art. First up, I'm drawing Kuromi. She's a more mischievous counterpart to My Melody and is also a white rabbit. Even though she is tomboyish, she does have a girly side. She also really likes food and cooking. I started off the line art with her face. Her eyes are the most detailed out of the characters I chose, so I had a good idea of what I wanted them to look like. I played around with her mouth shape and had her end up with a quite mischievous expression. I reused the shapes from her hat a lot. I brought the jester trim over to the hoodie I drew for her, and I also turned the pointy ends into an accessory on her hair tie. I gave her some sneakers and longer socks to make her look a little more sporty. The hoodie dress was also supposed to have some shorts under it, but it looks like I forgot about that as I was doing the line art. That's okay though, I think the vibe still leans more tomboyish and girly enough. I always see Kuromi's merch being very purple, so I was surprised to realize her main design doesn't actually have any. I very strongly associate her with being purple, so of course I had to bring that into her design. I drew her cartoony head floating next to the design, just to give a nod to what she's based on. I did this for all the others too. After finishing my art and doing some more research, I realized she already has an official human form. It was a little too late to incorporate that though. I'll have to check if the others don't have human forms too, even though I already designed them too. But here she is. I love how she came out. She's probably my favorite of the ones I drew for this video. Next, I drew Pompompurin. He is a golden retriever. He has an interest in collecting shoes and likes to hide them. He also has a large appetite and often spends time sleeping. Since he loves food so much, I decided to draw him holding a donut. It just felt right to me. I also gave him those slit eyes we used to see so much in anime. I thought it would suit him, but he looks a little too sly and mischievous now. I kept it that way though, since I still think it looks nice. I made Pom-Pom a little thicker than I usually draw characters, since his original design is kind of plump and a round rectangle. I also incorporated this more square shape into his jaw shape. When I decided to draw him, I knew I had to give him a sweater vest and some striped pants. I don't really have too much of a reason for it, I just thought it would suit him and his color scheme. I struggled a lot with picking his colors. His design has less to go off of than Kuromi's. He only has his beret and the two colors. I added in an extra brown and an extra yellow to give myself a few more colors to work with. I was worried he'd look a little too monochromatic, but the yellow and brown being so different helped a lot. He came out very cute. He looks like a sneaky little guy, which is fair since he apparently likes stealing his parent owner's shoes. Just popping in to remind you to like the video, which I assume you do if you made it this far, and subscribe to join our pirate crew. We're sailing closer and closer to our next goal of 200 subs. Next, I drew Usahana. She's a little girl who loves summer. She was originally designed for female office workers to brighten up their desks and make them more cheery. This is one of the few times I've tried to design a kid, so don't judge me too hard on the accuracy. I think I did well though, considering that I don't do this a lot. For Usahana's outfit, I ended up giving her a very outdoorsy look. Overalls with some gardening boots and gloves. I figured she might like going out and picking flowers since she has one in her hair and because of her name. Her name is essentially a combination of the Japanese words for rabbit and flower, so it seems fitting that I lock onto the flower aspect. That's also why I gave her a flower to hold, which is the same one that's stuck to her ear in her original design. Usahana has two color versions. Her normal color palette has fewer colors and is more pastel-y. I went with her rainbow version though, which has more colors and is a lot brighter. I just like this version better. I'm not used to using so many colors in one design, so it was a challenge to make it look balanced. I think I got there after some playing around. I didn't use as much of the pink in her design as I would have liked. It was just too overpowering with the blue since they're almost perfectly across from each other on the color wheel. So I just used the pink for her hair and some smaller accents on the overalls. I really love how she came out. She looks so cute and innocent, which is exactly what I wanted to capture. Last but not least, I'm drawing Cinnamoroll. His real name is actually Cinnamon. He's a dog with a tail that curls up to look like a cinnamon roll. He's described as shy and pure-hearted. I turned him into what is essentially a cheerful fanboy. I just always got that vibe, especially before I actually did my research. Luckily, he can still be a shy little fanboy. The sleeves I ended up giving him can actually be something that he fiddles with when he's feeling shy. I love how I did that without even knowing. The ears on his hat also give him something else to fiddle with or even hide behind if he's feeling way too shy. I just wanted to make him very cutesy, since that's always the vibe that I get from him. His color scheme comes from his very obvious blue, white and pink color scheme, but I also found a version of him with light brown outlines. I ended up using a similar color to that for both his hair and shorts. I also kept my usage of the pink to a minimum. I only use it for some smaller accents. Cinnamoroll's design came out very cute. I just wish that I saw that he was shy sooner. I would have taken a very different direction with the design then. Overall, I think they came out very cute. I would love to do this again with other Sanrio characters, so if you have ones you'd like to see, just let me know in the comments. But that's all for today, crew. I hope to see you again for our next voyage. Bye bye!